ahead and get ourselves ready. Okay, make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall, like most of you are. Make sure you're tracking the screen, and make sure that your hands are folded on your desk. Here's what I want you to do right now. We're going to go ahead and get started with our ELA lesson. And so you all should have a pencil in front of you as well as your activity book page, okay? We're going to go through and we're going to continue to talk about poems, and we're going to continue to learn more about poems, and specifically 2 different types of vocabulary words that are used in poems. And we're going to learn about those 2 things. So let's go ahead and focus. All right, before we go into our poems, we're going to do just really quick, like we did yesterday, really quick grammar review, just so that we have those things fresh in our mind and then we continue to practice those things. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about commas in a series. Say commas in a series.
Commas in a series.
Okay, so check your bodies right now. If you are not there, I need you to thank you, Larissa, for fixing it. Okay. So we're going to talk about commas in a series. And what is a comma? What is a comma? What is a comma? Nice vertical hands. Nice vertical hands. What is a comma? Okay, I see a few. All right. Go ahead and track Chance.
A comma goes at the end of a line or a sentence.
Ooh, a comma goes at the end of a line or a sentence. Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? Agree? Disagree? I have some of these. Oh, I have a lot of these. Oh, I have one in the back. Track Valentina. Valentina, you're going to tell them why you disagree.
I respectfully disagree because a comma is where you add dear somebody or after a date or an address.
Okay, yes. So a comma does not go at the end of a sentence. Do you agree now? You're thinking of a period, yep. Okay, so a comma does not go at the end of a sentence. A comma is used in several ways. Some of the ways that Valentina said is like at the end of like a salutation in a letter, right? Dear Mrs. Then you put a comma. Or on a date, right? November 11th, comma, 2024. You also put it in a list or in a series of things, okay? Say in a list or a series of things.
Or a series of things.
The comma is used to separate each item in that series of things, okay? If only 2 items are listed in a sentence, though, you do not need to use a comma to separate them. It's only if you have more than 2. So, for example, my favorite fruits are apple, oranges, and bananas, okay? Where would I put the comma there? Where would I put the comma? My favorite fruits are oranges, apples, and bananas. Anastasia, track Anastasia. My favorite fruits are. Let me go ahead and write that, and then we'll go ahead and see where we put them.
Oh, wait, no.
Hold on. Let me just write it here real quickly. My favorite fruits are apple, oranges, and hold on, banana. All right. Now that you are able to see it up here, Anastasia, where would I put it? Between the apples and the oranges. Agree or disagree? Agree, disagree. Agree, disagree. Okay, I see a couple that disagree. Why do you disagree, Zakayla?
I'm respectfully disagree because it's 2 or less items that are being used, you don't need to, and it's best if you put it between and bananas.
So, do I have more than 2 listed? I do, right? What's my first item? Ethan. Apple. What's my second one? Armante. Oranges. And the last one, Jamar? Bananas. I love the hands. I love the hands. I love the hands. All right. So because here I have one item and here I have another, my comma does go there, Kylie. She was right. Okay. It does go there. Now, oranges and bananas is another. We use the word and, but we can also put a comma here. Okay, to separate 1, 2, and 3 items. All right. So that's what commas are used for. And like I said, we can also use them on dates, and we can use them on salutations or in letters as well. All right, let's go ahead and check ourselves. Okay, so make sure you are sitting up and make sure you're tracking. We're gonna go ahead and continue moving on. Nope, no video. We're not gonna do that. Let's look at our objectives for today. I'm gonna ask you one thing. When I call on you to respond, I'm gonna need you to really talk super loud so that we can all hear you, because everything you have to say is important and matters. Remember, we've talked about that. Your voice is important, just as important as mine. Okay? You need to hear me. I need to hear you. Your friends need to hear you. Got it? Got it? Got it. All right, so nice and loud. All right, we're gonna go ahead and read both of our objectives. I'm gonna go ahead and have Talia way in the back. Go ahead and read objective number 1, nice and loud.
Students will be able to make.
Pause. Louder.
Students will identify and make inference about figurative language used into
Nature.
nature's poem.
Okay. Students will identify. Put your hands up right now. Students will identify and make inferences about figurative language used in 2 nature poems. What are some things that I need to be able to do at the end of this lesson? Okay? What are some things just in this one objective that I need to be able to do to be able to be successful in this lesson? Make sure your pencils are down and your eyes are tracked. Remember, we're looking for 100%. Okay? Adeline, give me one.
To make inferences.
Perfect. I need to be able to identify them and to make the inferences. Okay? Now remember, we've talked about what an inference is. What else do I need to know to be successful? Aaron.
You need to make inferences about figurative language in 2 nature.
Yeah, so I need to identify and make inferences, right? But it is going to be super important that I know and understand what figurative language is. Say figurative language.
Figurative language.
And figurative language, we're going to learn about it as soon as we start our lesson. What is the second objective? Let's have nice and loud Justin. Oh, louder.
Students will use a graphic organizer to compare and contrast 2 characters in a poem.
Students will use a graphic organizer. That is something where I'm going to gather all my ideas in to compare and contrast. Compare and contrast. What's the same and what is different about 2 characters in a poem. Okay? That is our second objective. All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to start with our vocabulary. Now this is vocabulary. We're going to go ahead and do like really quick popcorn, just reading it. What type of word is it? And then what is the definition? I'm going to do the first one. Put your hands down. I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to popcorn it to someone. That person is going to go ahead and call on someone else. You need to be ready to just read real quickly. Got it? Got it? Got it. Here we go. The first word is Allah. Allah is a noun, and it's an Arabic word for God. It is the Arabic word for God. Popcorn, Carlos. Assurance.
Assurance is promise.
It's a promise. Okay? This is not a noun, a verb, or an adjective. It's just a word. It says assurance, and it is a promise. Go ahead, popcorn zone. Quick. Quick. Sound.
Covered beach. Noun. A large tree that can live for several hundred years and grow to a height of over 150 feet.
Yeah, so when you see the word like this here, beech, that is a tree. It's referring to a tree. Okay, so copper beech is a kind of tree, and it's that can live for several hundred years and grow to a height of 150 feet. That is really high. Valentina, pick someone. Nice and loud, nice and loud.
Emblem, noun, a symbol.
An emblem is a symbol. Go ahead. Nice and loud. Immense. Hold on, I can't hear you. Immense. An adjective is a descriptive word. It's extremely large. Popcorn someone. Otherwise, I will pick someone. Nice and loud, I can't hear you. Indifferent, adjective, uncaring. Go ahead quickly. Who? Pause. Pause. Well, I'll give it a turn. Go ahead. Palestinian. Yeah. I'm gonna pause you. I need you to do really super loud. Okay, so Joha is a noun, meaning it's a person, and it's a character in Palestinian folk tales, who is known for playing tricks. Okay. This is our vocabulary that we're going to come across in our reading. And we can always go back into our glossary to refer back to it if we need to, but we're just skimming it for now. Okay, these are the core vocabulary words. This is the figurative language that we need to know and be able to identify in order for us to understand the poem. And so, the first one, we're going to describe what is figurative language. What is figurative language? Words or phrases that mean more than their dictionary definition. Words or phrases that mean more than their dictionary definition. Similes and metaphors, say similes, metaphors, okay, are two examples of figurative language. So right now I need all of us to do a check. Let's check ourselves. Are our pencils down? Are our eyes tracking? And are we sitting up? Okay, we're looking to get the 3 points for having 100%. Okay, hands down at your table. All right, so say similes, metaphors. They're two examples of figurative language. A metaphor, I want you to pay really close attention. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which words typically are used to describe one thing, say one thing, that are used to describe something else. Say something else. In order to suggest a likeness. Okay? I'm going to give you one. It's raining cats and dogs. Okay? It's raining cats and dogs. Put your hands up. If I look outside, I'm not going to see that there's cats and dogs coming down from the ceiling, am I? Or from the sky. No, but what it means is that when a cat or a dog falls, it's going to boom, and it's going to be hard, right? So when you're talking about it's raining like cats and dogs outside, it means it's coming down hard. So you are using a phrase to describe or suggest something that's similar, okay? Now we have a simile. Say simile. It's a comparison of two things using the words like or as. Okay? If I now say it's raining like cats and dogs outside, now I'm comparing what it looks like and what I'm imagining it looks like. Okay? That's a simile. You're doing a comparison of two things. Can someone I want you to take 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds. What is the difference between a metaphor and a simile? Take 30 seconds in your head. I want you to look at the definitions, and I want you to think, what is different about a metaphor and a simile? Think. Think. Now you're going to think. I see some brains going. They're working. Ooh, I can tell. You are going to turn to the person that's next to you, and you're going to tell them what is the difference between a simile and a metaphor. It is very clear here in the definitions what it is. Get ready? Turn. Turn back to me. We're going to do that a lot quicker. Get ready? Turn. Get ready? Come. Forward, and we're ready to go. Awesome. Okay, so I want to run, and I was listening to some of you talk, and the two groups that I kind of talked to, they got it. So we're going to have, I'm going to have Jay Lilia, you're going to share what is the difference between a metaphor and a simile. Everybody track Jay Lilia. Thank you for tracking. Nice and loud.
One thing are used to describe something else in order to.
Yep, so the metaphor, it describes, right? You were using it to describe it. What does a simile have? So what is the difference, Jamar? Hold on. Everybody try Jamar. Yeah, which one uses the words like and as? Jamar. The simile. The simile uses the words like and as, and the metaphor does not. Okay? All right, give yourselves 2 claps on 2. 1, 2. Nice job with that. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to our first poem. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and turn to page 41 in your activity book. Go ahead and turn to page 41 in your activity book. You have 5 seconds to get there. 5, 4, make sure your sounds are off. 3, 2, 41, and 1. So I need right now, all eyes are tracking. Okay, make sure your hands are folded, make sure your thumbs are off, and you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Let's see if I got 100% here. I see a star is ready. She's sitting up nice and tall. So Leah in the end over here, she's tracking me. And I have Mason in the front. He's also tracking with his sounds off. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to be reading a poem titled The Copper Beach. Say The Copper Beach.
The Copper Beach.
That is the title of the poem that we're going to be reading. In a second, we are going to turn to the poem in your journals or in your activity book, and we are going to be reading the poem, and then we are going to discuss what does the poem actually mean. What did the author try to explain to us or to portray to us in this poem? Okay. Now, in this book, or in the title, we already talked about the word beach and how it's spelled. And we said that this refers to a tree. Say a tree.
A tree.
A tree. Say a tree.
A tree.
So we're not talking about the beach and where you're out in the water, okay? It is a tree. Now, It refers to a country that's rather than a sandy strip of land by the ocean. That's the difference, okay? Go ahead and turn to that page, and we're gonna go ahead and okay. I am going to go ahead and read it the first time. I am going to read the story. It is a poem that is written by a woman named Marie Howe, who is writing about an encounter with nature. An encounter with nature. What is nature? What is nature? What is nature? What is nature? Here's what you're going to do. You know my trick. You are going to turn and talk and tell someone, what is nature? What is nature? Get ready? It's only going to be like a 30-second. Get ready? Turn. Get ready? And talk. Do I have everyone there? I think I do. Positive 3 points out of 100%. Okay, we need to check our voices. All right. Ethan, what is nature? Nice and loud. Hands down right now. She's talking. A what? I'm going to have someone help you out, okay? I'm going to have someone help you out. Put your hands down, Kyler. Everybody track Kyler. Nice and loud, Kyler. What is nature?
Nature is like the trees, the grass, like animals and bushes and like.
Yeah, and so what does that mean? It's things that are what? That are what?
That are outside.
Outside, outdoors, right? That is nature. Anything that has to do with outside, with outdoors, it is nature. So this poem that we're going to read is about nature, okay? And so we're going to read it and we're going to try to identify the figurative language that is being used in this poem to kind of tell us what this author is thinking about nature and how she's feeling about where she's at, all right? Go ahead, let me grab the poem. I'm going to switch it over. Alright, here's the poem. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read it the first time. You can either follow along up on the screen or you can go ahead and follow along in your book. Okay? You do not need a pencil, so your pencil needs to be in your pencil grip, or it needs to be down. You do not need a pencil. Your eyes need to be tracking, your sounds need to be off, and you need to be focused. Okay? I'm going to read it once, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do next. All right, everybody following along. Immense. So we're not repeating. I read it, you guys are just listening. Okay? Immense entirely itself. It wore that yard like a dress, with limbs low enough for me to enter it and climb the crooked ladder to where I could lean against the trunk and practice being alone. One day, I heard the sound before I saw it. Rain fell, darkening the sidewalk. Sitting close to the center, not very high in the branches, I heard it hitting the high leaves, and I was happy, watching it happen without it happening to me. Wow, can you picture what's happening?
Yep.
Yep. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead right now, 2 minutes, read it silently to yourselves. And I want you to really imagine what is the author trying to say in this poem, and think about what are you picturing in this poem. Okay, is half. You have 2 minutes. If you read it the first time and you're done, I need you to read it again the second time. Got it?
Yep.
You have 2 minutes. I should be tracking your papers. And go. You should be reading it silently. If you are reading it, and it has to be a very super low. Okay, you have about 35 seconds left. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get ready in 5. You're gonna be tracking forward in 4, in 3, in 2, and in 1. 100% is there. Oh, almost 100%. Almost 100%. We can try it again. You guys can do it. We're gonna try it again. All right. Now that you read the poem, I read it, you read it twice. What I want you to do is I want you to go to page 42 in your activity book. You have one question there that you're going to answer on your own. Okay, you're going to answer that question on your own. Say silent solo. Pause. I did not ask for your pencils up yet. So I need your pencils down. I need you listening. It is super important that you listen to what the expectation is to answer this problem. Okay. You are going to refer back to the poem, and you're going to answer this question. The question says, question number 1, looking at the image above and using clues from the words of the poem, you are going to draw a circle to show where the speaker would be located. So within the poem, it kind of tells us where she would be. You are going to draw a circle to tell me, or to kind of picture where this author is sitting, or is standing, or is in, okay, in this image. Then you are going to write a sentence below to explain with details in the poem, what details in the poem help you to know what the speaker, or where the speaker is located. So you're going to read it. Let me rephrase this. You're going to read it. You're going to mark on that image where you think the author is located. Okay? Then you are going to write I have 2 French pencils up. The pencils need to be down. I need you to clearly hear what I have to say, so you know clearly what you need to do. Okay. Again, you are going to read the poem again if you need to. You are going to mark in this picture where the author would be located in that picture. Then you are going to describe, using details from the text, where she is located. Okay? So what evidence in the text tells you that where the spot you picked is the right spot? Got it? Got it? Got it. Okay. You are going to have 2 minutes, silent solo. You are not talking to anyone. You're going to do this first I'm gonna come around and check. And then I will explain to you what we need to do. Get ready, put your pencils up. Put your pencils up. And you have 2 minutes. Silent solo. Go. Thank you for your pencils moving. I see everyone got to work right away. Thank you, Justin. Your pencil is moving. Now I want you to go ahead and remember, what does the sentence start with, okay? Again, you have to go back and use text evidence. Valentina for working at a voice level 0. I see a star working diligently. Her pencil is still moving. I love how I'm looking at your answers and you have capital letters starting your sentence. And I also like how you are using complete sentences as you are writing. Keep that up. Okay, we're going to put our pencils down. And if you are not done, it is okay. It's okay if you don't have it completely done, and here's why, because we're going to be doing something else with it. So as long as you have your thought and your idea, and you've already thought about it, that is great. I came around, most of you have it done. So we're going to go ahead and put our pencils down in 5. We're going to get ourselves ready for our next part in 4. Hands are folded, 3. Eyes are tracking, 1. And I love it that you're already at a level 0. Make sure that you check yourself so you are sitting up. All right. Almost. Okay, on 3. But we can try it again. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. You all have something down on your paper, and if you don't have something completely, fully written down, I know that you thought about it because I've touched base with some of you. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn to your partner, and you're going to share what you have down on your paper. Got it? Okay, I'm going to actually give you 3 minutes this time to share, and here's why. Because I need you to go back. When I come around, I want to hear that you are going back into the poem and that you are actually using the evidence from the poem to give your reasoning as to where you think the author is at in this image. Got it? Okay, so go ahead and turn. We're going to have partner A. We're going to have the partners that are closest to the wall. So we're going to have Anastasia's row, Mason's row, Tyler's row, and Zakyler's row. You are going to go first. You are going to hear this right in the middle. When you hear that, the second partner is going to talk. If you are not talking, your sound's going to be off and you need to be listening very attentively. If you are talking, make sure that you are only sticking to the text. Got it?
Got it.
Get ready to turn again. 3 minutes. Go. Ryan's there, Talia's there, I see Liam in the back, and Anastasia right here. They're all sitting up, they all have their hands folded, and those are my 4 corners. And everyone in between is there, so that's a positive 3. Nice job. Okay, let's get there again. 3, let's get there again. 2, let's get there again. 1. All right, so I heard a lot of really great discussion, and I heard a lot of you really using your text and going back and saying, well, because of this, this is what I think, or this is what I thought, and I imagine the author to be. I'm going to go ahead and have Valentina back in the back. She's going to go ahead and start to share, and then we'll go ahead and add on, okay, Chance? All right, everybody go ahead and track Valentina. Valentina, nice and loud, nice and loud. What do you think?
I think that the author would be sitting in the first branch, right? Like sitting in.
All right, hold on, Valentina. Let me pull this up here, okay? Oh, you can do it, huh? All right, Valentina, why don't you come on up, kind of point to where you think, and then explain to the class what, you can bring your phone because I know you have underlined, and then share with them what evidence from the text helped you to understand it.
I believe that the author would be sitting right here because in the text it says that the windows were low enough for me to enter it and climb the crooked ladder to where I could lean against the trunk, sitting close to the center, not very high in the branches.
Okay, so I want you guys to think about it. Did she use evidence from the text? Yes hands, no hands. Yeah, right, she did. Did she think about where this author would be based on the evidence from the text? How many of you, put your hands down. Put your hands up. How many of you kind of put the author in the same spot Valentina did? Okay, we're not shouting out. Okay, thank you, Valentina. Elani, can you come and tell me where you thought, and then also I need you to tell me like what made you think, what evidence made you think that that's what she was? I'm gonna take my phone. Right there. What details gave you that impression?
Because he said not very high in the phone. So he went all the way up.
She wouldn't be all the way up here, right? Because it said not very high in the phone. All right, where exactly did she say? What other words, Valentina? Hold on, I have 2 friends and I need them to, right now it's on court. Right now it's on court. Thank you. Valentina, give me again, what evidence did you use?
The evidence that I used was it was low enough for me to enter it and climb the crooked ladder to where I could lean against the trunk.
Okay. Now, Elani, I'm going to have you go back and sit down, but I want you to think about what she said, and I want you to think about where you thought. My pen, so, okay. So I'm going to go back to the poem. It says, low enough for me to enter it and climb. So if I'm climbing, Elani, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm down, or that means I'm going to be a little higher?
A little high.
A little high. So to enter it and climb the crooked ladder. What are they talking about when they say crooked ladder? What is it? What is the crooked ladder? Is there an actual ladder there?
No.
So what are they referring to as a crooked ladder in the tree? Ready? Turn. Tell your partner. What is the crooked ladder? Bring it back in 5. Bring it back in 4. Bring it back in 3. All right, starting 2. Sound off 1. 100%. Jameer. I'm gonna give it to you guys. Okay, what is a crooked ladder? What is a crooked ladder? A star, everybody track a star. The branches, right? The branches. So when she says she climbed and she used a crooked ladder, she's using the branches. So Elani, does that support Valentina's? Or she said it's probably somewhere in here? Yeah, I see where you got that she could be down here because of the low, right? I said she was not, she was down low. I get that. But let's go back and look at some more words here. I could lean against the trunk. So that, Elani, I think could also support yours. But if she's up on the top and she leans against the trunk, lean up here, somewhere around here, can she still lean on the trunk of the tree? Yes? Yeah, right? And so that means that the author is probably somewhere around here. Oh, nice job. Give yourself 2 claps on 2. 1, 2. Nice job. I love how you guys are all paying attention. I think we're starting to think like we can just grab our pencils and start to write. I need to make sure that your pencils are down the entire time unless I ask you to pick them up. Make sure that you're also sitting up straight. Okay? And then you're tracking the whole time. I love the voice level 0. I love it. I will always give you an opportunity to write what you need to write. But I need you to pay attention when I'm talking. Elani, pencil down. Thank you. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're not going to work on problem number 2. We're going to go ahead and skip question number 2. We're going to move right into question number 3. So I want you to look at question number 3 in your activity book. Okay, look at question number 3. And it says, later in the poem, the speaker says, she was happy. Make sure that you are following along in your book as I'm reading the question. I see some of you not focused. Thank you, Sakata, for fixing. Pencils need to be down right now. Can you get okay, pencil down. Okay, I'm going to start again. Later in the poem, the speaker says, she was happy. Look back at the poem, and I want you to find a word or words that suggest why the speaker felt happy. You are going to underline the word or words. Then you are going to use them in your own words to write a sentence and explain what made the speaker happy. There's a whole lot of things we've got to do here. Okay? First thing is, you're going to go back into the text. Thank you, Carlos, for your eyes tracking. Take your chance. You're ready. I have 2 friends that need to sit up. Okay. First, you're going to go back into the text. You're going to find evidence to support what makes the speaker happy. Then you are going to use those in your own words to explain it. Okay? Got it? Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Carlos, what is the first thing you're going to do? Go back where? Yep, go back to the poem. What are you going to do in the poem, Alondra? Not the question, but underline. You're going to underline what? Yep, you're going to underline a word or words that is going to let you know that she's feeling happy. After you have those words underlined, what are you going to do? Lamante, say that. What are you going to do after that? Chance.
Then right here, and use the words while writing.
Yep. Then you're going to use those words and you're going to write a sentence to describe it in your own words, okay? You're going to do this at a silent solo first. Silent solo, that means by yourself. You are not talking to anyone, okay? Are you going to talk to someone? Are you going to share anything yet? No. Absolutely not. Silent solo. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. How many minutes? 2. Okay, pick up your pencils. And I'm going to see if I have 100%. Can I give another positive 3 points? Can I give another positive 3 points? Get ready. 2 minutes begin now. Go. Pencil should be down. Pencil should be moving. Your eyes should be tracking the poem. Your sounds need to be off. You are not sharing yet. I see Carlos' eyes on paper. I see Desire has her pencil in hand, getting ready to underline those words. Zion is already getting started reading. I see most of you have words underlined already. Make sure you're still on level 0. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. I see a lot of you doing some really great thinking. I see a lot of words already underlined, and you're able to actually put those together in your own words. Nice job. Continue on for another 30 seconds. You're still not sharing. You're still not sharing. Okay, we're going to be ready in 10. Be ready in 9. Thank you, Anastasia. She's already there. In 8, Alondra is there with her hands folded. 5, 4, 3, make sure your hands are down on your desk, not at your face. 2, make sure you're tracking forward. Thank you, Feather. He's getting himself nice and straight. 1 plus 3. I'll write it down in a second. All right, very nice job keeping your voice at a level 0, making sure that you were on task. I saw a lot of really great thinking and a lot of really great writing. What I want you to do right now is just our drill. We're going to go ahead and turn and we're going to share with someone. Here's what I want you to do though. We're going to do this differently. I'm going to have the first row. You're going to turn back and share with the person behind you. Okay? This row, you're going to turn back and share with the person behind you. Got it? Now, it's going to be a partner, but if there needs to be a group of 3, then we'll have a group of 3. You guys can see. I think we only have one over here. All right? So when I say go, my first row and my third row, you're going to turn. Got it? Get ready? And you're going to share what you wrote down. And go. Turn. Make sure your songs are off in 1. Can we get another 3? Talia's there. Carlos is there right here in the center. He has his hands folded. Eyes are tracking. Chance is there. His sounds are off. Ilani, you're sitting up nice and straight. Nice job. Oh, I don't even have to give any negatives. Nice job. You guys are all doing awesome. All right. I heard some really great discussions. I know I had talked to someone back there, someone over here. I had talked to Jazari right here. We're going to go ahead and track Jazari. He's going to share with us what he thinks were the words or phrases that actually let us know how they were happy. Get ready? Everybody track Jazari. Jazari, nice and loud and proud. I want you to go ahead and share your answer.
What I underlined was that watching it happen without it happening to me was because she was in the middle of the tree, so she wouldn't get to get wet because she was out of the middle of the tree.
Yeah, and we already know that the author likes what? Valentina, what is it?
The author likes nature.
The author likes nature, so the fact that she's able to be out there in nature, in that tree, enjoying it, watching the rainfall and listening to the rainfall, but yet herself not getting wet, that made her happy. And it says right there, like Jazari said, it was that last, actually right here, right? Sitting close to the center, not very high in the branches, so we kind of know where she's at. We already talked about that. I heard hitting the high leaves, and I was happy. I was happy. Why? Here's why. Watching it happen without it happening to me. Watching that rainfall, watching the leaves get hit, but not happening to me. The rain's not touching me, okay? Okay? Great use of evidence to support your answer. Great making inferences, because it doesn't say here directly, but you use what was in the text, you use the image, you use the figurative language to make those connections, all right? here's what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna go ahead and have you, at this time, we're gonna go ahead and put this away. We're gonna put it away. We are going to jump right into, actually, nope, I'm not gonna have you guys jump into social studies yet. No, not yet, not yet. What we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and grab our exit ticket and we're gonna go right into the exit ticket. I'm gonna explain to you what the exit ticket requires, okay? So go ahead, at this time, you're not putting this away because you might need it. I need you just to simply put it to the side, make sure your hands are still folded. I'm gonna go ahead and check and see, do I get somebody's up? Let me get the exit ticket so I can tell you. Check your voice. Okay, so in here, your exit ticket, there's 3 questions. The first question says, which of the following best describes the figurative language that is used in the poem The Copper Beech by Marie Hall? You are going to pick the correct answer. Please make sure that you're going back into the text to find evidence to support whichever one you choose. All right? Make sure if your pencil is up, your pencil is down. Right now, I need your eyes tracking the board. Thank you. All right, number 2. What inference can be made about the father's feelings towards the fig trees in My Father and the Fig Tree? For this one, you're going to have to go back, or you're going to have to go to this story, My Father and the Fig Tree, in your activity book, and then answer this question. Got it? It's the next story, and I can tell you it is on page, where is it? Page 44 is going to be that poem. And then lastly, is you are going to identify the figurative language in both the Copper Beech and in My Father and the Fig Tree, and you are going to explain that figurative language. Make sure you're going back into the text to get your responses. Got it? Got it? Got it. All right, so here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to go ahead and pass this. Do not put your hands down right now. Do not pass the papers down yet. I'm going to place them. I am going to place them by your table, by the end of your row. And you are just simply going to wait. For this to, oh my goodness, these are long. We're going to leave one in, I have that super dry. If you have extras, that's okay. I'll come around and collect them at the end. Not ready. Okay, my friends, your sound's going to be off. Make sure that your hands are down right now. We are not going to the bathroom until I am done passing this and I have everybody situated. Got it? These papers are super sticky. All right, when I tell you to pass them down, you are going to pass them down. First thing you are doing is you are writing your first name, your last name, and the date. First name, last name, and the date. Get ready? For those of you that have the papers, get ready, because we got to do this quickly, we got to do this quietly. You're going to pass the papers to the outwards. Get ready? 10 seconds. Go. 10. Put your sounds off. 9. Can you get another 3? 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay. My friends, right now, here's what you got to do. Write your first name, last name, and date. Get, go ahead. 10 seconds. 10. First name, last name, date. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5, thank you, Aaliyah, she's moving quickly. 4, 3, 2 chances, ready, he has his hands folded. Sitting up straight, Cell is sitting up straight, thank you, Imani, holding your hands, and 1, and pencils down. And pencils down. All right, I am going to give you 10 minutes. Say how many minutes? 10 minutes. 10 minutes to work on this exit ticket. The reason why you are getting 10 minutes to work on this exit ticket is because you have to also read the other poem for question number 2 and to also answer question number 3. Okay? 10 minutes, silent solo. You are not talking to anyone at this time. I'm going to come around and I'm going to check to see your responses and also that you are being kept on track. Got it? 10 minutes starts. Pick up your pencil. Now, go.